In this video, I'm going to flip through my Erin Condren planners and show you how I used them in the month of January, and we're going to talk about what worked for me and what didn't and what I might change going forward. So if that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you're subscribed and I'll be right back. Hi, I'm Kristen. I post functional planning videos on my channel 3 times a week. If you're new here, welcome in. If you are a returning friend, I am so happy you came back and thanks for hanging out with me. So these are my 3 Erin Condren planners that I have been using, spoiler alert, not using in the month of January. In my 2023 planner stack video, so actually let me back up a little more. Before that I was like, you know what, I'm using one planner in 2023 and that's it. And then I did my planner stack video, which was really planners and notebooks. And there were a lot more than one planner in that video. And I made it through the month, and these are the only 3 I used. Actually, I did also use my Rings wallet, but we'll talk about that at the end of this video. So yeah, this one is my monthly planner. This one is my Horizontal LifePlanner, the weekly. This is the one I was using for a journal. And this is also another monthly planner, but this is the one I was using as a social media planner. The reason I even had these was because I was just trying to use up stuff I already had. I did not purchase these to use this year. I only purchased the monthly planner, the one monthly planner. This one was an accident in printing and I didn't want to waste it, so I came up with a use for it, and guess what? It didn't get used. And then this one was a planner I purchased at launch in 2022. That was an 18-month planner, so it had the full 2023 year in it, and I didn't want to not use it, so I tried using it as a journal. So let's talk about all of that. But first, let's talk about the one I did use consistently and loved and everything. This is my monthly planner. This is the one planner where I do all of my scheduling. So for January, did I use it? Yes, I did, and I loved using it. So I had all of my monthly stuff here, and there's tears where I've moved stickers. There's stickers that don't even stick anymore because I've moved them so many times. This works. I have no problems with this in general. Now, the problems that I kind of do have are the amount of stickers. I don't mind using stickers on a monthly spread because it is small, right? Each box is small, and since I'm only using this for scheduling, I needed to make sure it stayed neat and tidy, and I didn't want to have like a lot of cross-outs if things changed. And so stickers are really good for that because I'm able to move them instead of, you know, crossing out or whiting out, and I'm also able to kind of get like a consistent look by using like smaller fonts. I have a hard time writing nicely in the small font. I just write big and it's easier for me. And so when I try to write small, it looks messy. And so it's just easier to use stickers, like script stickers for that. I am really happy using this. Like, I haven't had a single problem overall. Like, there's nothing that is a deal breaker, not even close. I can't even imagine why I would need a weekly planner again in the way my life is right now. Okay, obviously things can change in the future, but right now this is so good for me. So one of the ways I make it work as far as like future planning, since there aren't any weekly spreads that I can flip to and write something down, is I just use Post-it notes. And that's actually not different than what I was doing before. Even when I had a life planner that had a like pre-printed weekly spread, I was never flipping to that and then writing it writing down things in it like a normal person would. I would get sticky notes and I would put the sticky note on the paper and then write on that just so I wouldn't mess it up, right? So I'm still doing that. That's how I kind of deal with pre-planning. I don't think I have any set up for March yet, but basically what I do is I take a big sticky note. I can't show you that one because there's stuff on it. Anyway, I have the 3x5, I think it is, Post-it sticky notes, and I just post it like, or I stick it on here long ways so that there's like a good writing space. And I'll kind of do it, I'll set up like unofficially, just kind of stick a sticky note on each page to like mark out that like this is gonna be week 9 and 10 or whatever it is. And then I'll write the date at the top. Actually, I have one here from a video I just recently filmed. So this, like, it'll just be like this, and I write week, whatever, and the dates, and then I have it there blank, and then if I need to flip to whatever week that is, I can just kind of write whatever notes I need for that week on the sticky note. And then when I go sit down to plan it, I kind of have a little cheat sheet already, and then I can just throw it away when I'm done. Right? So that's how I do that, and that's how I get around not having a weekly spread already ready. And yeah, I'm liking it. So the one thing I noticed is I wasn't really using this sidebar, so I'm gonna start putting a checklist here with just things that I need to do each month to kind of start the month over. And I have that here on my February, but we're talking about January now, so let's stick with January. So the lesson I learned with this is that I do not like all the stickers. I just don't. I love stickers, don't get me wrong. I just don't like using my planner when there's so many stickers. So I'm learning to figure out that balance of using the stickers when I need to and not using them when I don't need to. So there's that. The problem with that is I have a lot of stickers. I don't want to waste them. I'm not really into like destashing. I don't want to deal with going to the post office and all that. I just don't. And I don't want to deal with keeping up with where I've posted things. I just don't want to do that. It just doesn't interest me in the slightest. So I am trying to use up my sticker stash, and so that is kind of like, how do I use up my sticker stash if I don't like using a ton of stickers? I don't know. We're figuring it out as we go, you know? And then there's also the fact that, well, I make YouTube videos about planning and people like to see stickers. And so my thing with that is, yes, I want to show you stuff you like, but I also want it to work for me. The other thing that I don't know if I mentioned whenever I set up January, because I don't think I had it set up this way, but I have added the dates for like the following month. So this is like February. The reason I did that is because I still needed to see that week. Just because these 2 days were in January, like, didn't mean that the next days didn't exist, you know? And so I actually have this week duplicated up here. So that's the same week. And that's cool for me. I'm fine with like redoing that, because as I'm like on this week, something comes up and I can like write it in here. And then when I go to plan February, I can just, you know, add that in, right? So that's something I'm gonna start doing, is adding in those days. So you can see here I have the January days and then I have the March days down here. So that's something that I learned I needed to do. Something else I didn't do in the plan with me for this is I don't think I had all these scripts that said like film and edit and stuff. And then I decided I needed to make sure I'm making time to film and edit and stuff. And so I wanted to make sure I had that reminder so that when I looked back to like make a plan, I could say, oh, but I wanted to film that day, so maybe I need to do that thing the next day or whatever. So that's what I did there, but then after I added it, I decided I didn't like it. The same with the groceries. I added that in. So here I'm trying to just use a simple script for the groceries. And then I have these little teeny tiny mini icons. So that's something else I learned, that this is a little too busy, but I'm gonna see if maybe the mini icons kind of help it not to be too busy. Okay, so that was the monthly spread, and then the dashboard. I love the dashboard. I've been doing this, just simply writing on it since, I don't know, like August or something of 2022. Instead of trying to come up with like clever ways to use all these boxes, I'm just writing in it, okay? So one of the things I learned, let's talk about the boxes first. So I was using this for school notes, and I went ahead and swapped out and moved the school notes to a smaller box, because here I just ended up taking up space with stickers that I didn't need. And then for February, I ended up needing more space for some smaller projects. So I swapped it, and I'm just kind of putting smaller projects with their little mini lists there, and then I put the school over here by itself. This was one big project that had a bunch of tasks, so it worked in that space. So this box I'm just using as a goal catcher, just like the things that I add to my Kanban board for that month, I'm just kind of writing here. And then also the book I want to read for that month. I do read more than one book in a month, but I like to pick out one specific book off of my bookshelf to make sure I'm reading. And then over here, I just have a task list of just as things come up that I want to get done, I just add them to the list. And then that way, when I'm making my to-do list during the week, I just flip back here and kind of scan it and see if there's anything I can do that week. This is just, I had a quote to put here. I didn't have anything else to put here, so I found a quote, and then I just stuck a little mini calendar that I had there just to use it. So week 1 and week 2, I've been really liking putting my week on one page. I am a task-based planner. I need a list. I don't do a lot of appointments and errands and things. Most of my week is like a recurring schedule, so I don't need to keep track of meetings and appointments and specific dates and things. All of the stuff that we do in our house, like after school activities and other things that I do, it's all the same. Like it doesn't change, and so I don't need to write that down. So this has been really, really, really working for me. I just do like a weekly overview to put any specific appointments, and then I make my task list. I've also just kind of been noting my content and dinners. And honestly, I love this. I have not missed having a weekly layout. There are enough blank notes pages in the monthly planner to be able to do it this way. So it's working for me. So those are those 2 weeks. What I learned here is that I didn't like all these stickers. And so I did it a little more calmly here, and I liked it better, but I still kind of thought it was too many stickers. So here I tried to do it with like a lot less stickers, but I still was trying to use up the stickers from that kit that I bought. So this I liked a little better as well. And then here I was really trying to use up stickers as much as possible. And I also changed up the layout. So on these 3 weeks, you can see I just did like a column here and then a to-do list, and I still really like that. But here I wanted to try to do something else because I was trying to use this box, and I kind of got the idea to do like a compact vertical sort of inspired spread here, and I liked that. By the way, all of these videos are linked in my Plan With Me playlist if you want to check those out. This one I didn't like all the stickers I ended up using, and that's the common theme here, is that all the stickers I bought, I was trying to use them up, but then I didn't like it. So yeah, that's just a lesson learned. I need to stop buying huge sticker kits. I don't care how cute the artwork is. I just need to get it to rein it in. Like, it's wasteful for me because I don't end up liking them. And I'm spending money on things that aren't really like serving me. It's hard to, because it is fun to do this. It's fun to make it, but it's not helping me want to stay organized. It's just the way my brain works. I don't need a sticker to have a checkbox, you know? I can just check. I don't even have to draw a box. I just check next to it. So I don't need all of this. I was using it because I had it, and I kind of need to stop buying so much so that I don't have stuff that I then need to use and that I then don't really enjoy. You know? I don't know. It's hard to explain. Okay, here. This was a disaster. So I wanted to get back into digital scrapbooking, and there's a website called the Lily Pad, and that's like all digital. It's a digital scrapbooking store, but they also have like forums and stuff. And for the month of January, they have what was called a month of challenges, and every day in January was a different prompt to make a spread for your scrapbook. Well, I thought, oh, that's a perfect way to get back into it. It won't be a lot of like thinking about it, and I can just follow the prompt and do it. The problem is, a lot of problems with that. I actually wrote a note here. I said, this has been an unplanned distraction and it's not helping me with my goals. The challenges haven't been that good for prompting me to work on my older photo books. And they also require like a design that's not my style. So it turned out that the prompts were very like strict on, well, you need to do this and you need to use these specific items and you need to do this specific thing. And it just wasn't my style. And so I kind of gave up after about a week. I was like, you know, I'm doing something and spending all this time doing something that's like unnatural to the way I memory keep. And also, it was telling me, oh no, you have to go take a new picture, or you have to create this thing that doesn't have anything to do with the memories you're trying to do. So it wasn't working, and it wasn't something I planned. It was very last minute. It was just like, I saw it on their website and I was like, oh, that seems fun. And then it turned out to not be what I wanted. So when I thought I was gonna do it, someone had very graciously created this like planner that was a free printable. So I printed it out on just regular notebook paper to get the sizing right, because it was made for like a regular size piece of printer paper. And then I was intending to print it on sticker paper and put it here. Well, once I cut it down and realized it would fit, I was like, why don't I just glue the paper in? Because then I don't have to waste 2 sheets of sticker paper and this is already done. So I did that, but then I ended up not wanting to do it, and I thought, oh, maybe I can pull this off. Well, it's not removable because I glued it in. Anyway, it's been a disaster. I didn't use it, and I just, you know, it was just a mistake. And then these 2 pages I have clipped together because there's some personal information on them. Let me see, I might have taken, so I will flip over one page. So that page that you can't see is just some information about a trip that we're going on, that when you're watching this, we haven't actually taken the trip yet, so I don't really want all our plans on the internet. And then this page was just another blank notes page that I was using to find a new dentist under these sticky notes. So this isn't really that helpful either, but I literally just listed like the 3 dentists I was interested in and some information about them and their phone numbers and stuff. And then I did the same thing here with eye doctors. So it was just a way that I was just using the notes page, literally just writing on the page. There's no formatting there that's going to be helpful to you. It's literally just taking notes on a piece of paper. But I kind of wanted to include that here to tell you, like, you don't have to have some clever, perfect, pretty layout to use your planner to help you, you know? It's part of my goals this year is to get us current on all of our health appointments and to find a new dentist and to just, you know, get back on track with like wellness and health and stuff. And so 2 of my goals for the first quarter were to get a new dentist and start using a dentist closer to us for cleanings, but I had to like research it, right? And then also I need to update my glasses prescription and stuff like that, so I needed to find an eye doctor. Well, I found that early on in the months, I was not doing anything to find a new dentist because I thought, oh, I need to figure out a way to write it, you know, pretty in my planner. Okay, no, stop it, stop. Just use the paper, use the piece of paper and just, you know, write it down. It doesn't need to be a layout. You don't need to have fancy stickers. You don't need to have special stationery. You just need a piece of paper and a pen, and then you write it. So that's what I did, and I wish I could show it to you, but obviously I'm not going to show you where we're going to the dentist and stuff, but just use the piece of paper and stop overthinking it. So, and then the last spread here for January was my monthly review questions to myself to review the month, and then I just used this notepad to kind of write out my goals for February. And I have a video about this, and I said in the video that this is like unnecessary, and it is. I could have just written them on the page. I just had this notepad and I wanted to see if there was another way I could use it, and that's how I did it. And then I just washi taped it to the divider here, because otherwise this divider doesn't really get used for anything. I think it would be cool to put pictures on here. Because why not? Like, use it like a scrapbook page. I may do that in the future. I don't know. I don't keep my planners, so I kind of feel like I don't really want to put pictures in here because I'm gonna have to go pull them all out, and I don't know. But I know a lot of people keep their planners, and I think it would be a cool use of these pages because it's otherwise not really that useful. I've also used this as just like a sticky note dashboard. But anyway, that's how I used it. I am so happy using this monthly planner still that I'm just, I don't know, I'm definitely have no plans to change. Let's talk about the journal. So I have been using this Erin Condren Horizontal LifePlanner as a journal. And for the monthly spread, I wanted to do my gratitude on it, and you can see that I fizzled out. I also planned out my cycle just using some washi tape here, and I don't know. This isn't me, you know? It's just not me. And it's not that I'm not grateful for things and I don't have gratitude. I just don't want to write it down. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, you can see I did it for almost 2 weeks straight, and then I kind of just fell off. It didn't do anything for me. I don't know. I think for me, just like thinking about this stuff to myself is enough. I don't need to write it down. I don't know. Anyway, I put some little stickers here just because I thought they looked nice, and then I never looked at it again. I didn't use this for anything. And then I journaled here. So I like how I did this with the highlighter. I think that was really cool, and that's really all I liked about it. I don't know, this is not enough room for me to journal the way I want to journal. And so you're going to see on the next few pages, first of all, this was a mistake. This is actually that week. This was the week previous to that, and I didn't pay attention when I set it up. But anyway, so there's that week. And guess what? Here's the rest of it. I didn't use it, not even once. And I did take some notes about that, about why I didn't use it. So let's talk about that. I wrote some things that I thought would help me use it, is to keep it by my bed, decorate a whole month at a time, and that I'm not really into affirmations, and this whole thing isn't working for me. So I tried it, and the way I did this is that in the morning I would come and write an affirmation. And in the evening before I went upstairs, like when I'm like shutting everything down in the house at night, I would come and sit down and like write a little bit about the day. And it just wasn't right for me to do that. I don't know. I think if I'm gonna journal at night, I need to just do it like after I've kind of like been done for the day and already kind of started reviewing the day in my head. I don't know. And then I need to not be limited to just a few lines. I think I just need to go back to my dot grid. I also don't like the idea of sharing it on the internet, and I definitely limited what I wanted to write because I knew I was going to show it on the internet. So the lesson learned here is that my journal is not for anyone else, and I don't need to try to make content out of it because it's just not, it's not for that, you know, and some things can be private. So the way I'm going, or I tried to do going forward, was for February, I planned the whole thing ahead of time. So I went and sat down one day and just decorated a whole month so that I would have it ready to go, and then I could show you how I would decorate a journal. But guess what? This is today, and there's no writing, so I'm still not using it. It's still not really enticing. So I think I'm just gonna finish out the dot grid. I had like a dot grid notebook that I was journaling in, and then I set it aside to do this, and I haven't been writing in that either. So it's like, this isn't working, and then I stopped using that, and I haven't journaled in like a month. Oh, I don't know. This is just a fail, like a crash and burn, and it's not a total loss because I learned something. I learned that I want to journal for myself and not for you. So sorry about that. I'm not going to be showing my journal anymore, and that's okay. This isn't a journaling channel anyway, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. I am still going to keep this in case, even though, like I said, I am loving my monthly planner. If something changes and I need a more structured, like weekly spread, then I have this to go back to for the rest of the year. So this is going to go on my shelf, and that's okay. The last thing here is, I don't even know if I'm going to open this. Let me peek at it real quick and see what's in here. Yeah, I can show you this part at least. Yeah, I think I can show you all this stuff. Okay, so let's talk about this. This is my monthly planner that I was using for my content planning, and I wasn't originally planning on using this, but this was the one that I got sent to me with the wrong pages in it. I ordered it with plain line notes pages, and they sent it with this, the productivity pages. And so they sent me a complete new one when I let them know that there was a mistake, which is something they do, and that's awesome. And they fixed it right away, and that's great. I'm not complaining about that. The problem was I had this beautiful planner that I didn't need, and so I created a use for it. However, I just I just wasn't using it. So let's see. For January, I kind of put some stickers in. I didn't use it. And then here's how I kind of set up the dashboard. This was all stuff related to my channel, just some things I wanted to do, and I did a lot of these things. I just didn't check them off because I never went back and looked at this planner. And there's just, yeah, this was my checklist of filming and what I need to do for the videos. And let me show you, I have actually a sticky note that works better for me. It's a sticky note I designed and print myself, and it's just, I fill in the video that I'm planning on making and when I want it to go live, and then I just have a little checklist of the steps that it takes to get there. And that is so much better for me because I can put it in the planner I'm using instead of having a complete separate planner for that. So I've learned that, and then let's see. Oh, here I was just taking notes. There were some Planner Kate stickers I was thinking of buying. I have since decided not to. This was just another checklist, kind of like that one. This was me planning out what I wanted to use for stickers for the next. I was getting really frustrated with all my stickers. And then the next pages I am not going to show you because there's some other, just some notes and almost kind of like journaling I did about, you know, what I want for my channel and what I don't want for my channel and stuff like that. And that's it. That's how I used it and how I didn't use it, because I just didn't. And so I think what I'm going to do with this is also going to go on the shelf, and I can redate this. I have the ability to do that. I will show you in the one I am currently using. I have printed my own date stickers so that I could make it a Monday start. And so I'm already kind of redating it anyway. And so I don't even technically have to purchase a planner for 2024. I could just, you know, do something different for January, and then all the way from February to December, I have a planner that I can just redate for 2024 or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what designs Erin Condren is going to come out with this year for 2024. Maybe I hate them. Or maybe by the time I get around to buying a planner, I'm trying not to spend any money on stuff like that. I don't know. Whatever. I'm putting it on my shelf, and it's an option for the future. So that's how I used or didn't use these planners, and how I really used this planner, and I love that for me. I love that I figured that out. Let me grab my other last thing we'll talk about real quick, which is my Pocket Rings Moterm planner that I've been using as a wallet. This is a Moterm Pocket Rings wallet that I got on Amazon that I have been using as a wallet since November. So all of November, all of December, all of January, 3 months. Honestly, I hate it. Like, I don't want it. I don't want to use it as a wallet anymore. And so I am going to take all of this stuff out and put all my cards and money and whatever back into my regular wallet that I have been using. It's too fiddly. Like, there's just too much going on here for what I needed. I still had to have a separate little coin purse. I don't like this situation. It's too big, and I don't know. I just don't, all this is like, it doesn't do it for me. It's too fiddly. So that's probably my fault for putting so much stuff in here. I'm not using this as a planner. I thought it would be a cool way to have like a notebook with me at all times, and to carry some analog information around in case my phone died, or I lost it, or it broke, or I forgot it in the car, or whatever, you know. I just wanted to have something non-digital. But yeah, it's not working the way I thought. I have my most used cards here, and then I was putting receipts in here, and I just had some sticky notes. I made this out of a gift card holder. I just glued a little piece of cardstock to it and punched it, and I thought that would be a fun way to like put a card in here. I didn't need that. The flyleaf is pointless. I have a cute picture of my son, which I love, and I did put some stuff from our trip in here. I didn't use any of this planning stuff at all. I have these really cool little fold outs from Peanuts Planner Co. that I love the idea of them, and I might repurpose this printable by printing it on sticker paper and then cutting out each month and using it somehow in my regular planner. I don't know. I like the concept of this, but I don't know. We'll see. And then I don't know. I didn't use it for anything. I didn't use it. I thought I would put some notes in here for things like a basic grocery list in case I wasn't prepared, like a basic meal plan and grocery list. And I did never do that. And then I thought I would put some car information in there. I never did that. And then it turned out the thing that was the worst is that I have a lot more cards than this gave me space. So my other wallet had plenty of space for things like gift cards and membership cards and stuff like that. And I kept forgetting about them. So because this was so fiddly, like when I would go to check out, I would never think, oh, I have a Target gift card, and then I would just spend money at Target instead of the gift card. So that's something that I need to deal with. And then this was just, there's some like private information in there. This was a template I got off of Etsy, and I think I printed it on my, I cut it out with my Cricut, that's what it was, and then, glued it together where it needed to get glued together. And then I just have more cards here and more things that are like private or whatever. And basically, I hated it. What is even in here? I think I have nothing in here. Oh wait, there is some change in here. Oh, this is Canadian money, so this is useless for me here in America. This was all the different coins from Canada. So I think I collected them to bring home to my son, and they've just been in my wallet ever since. So sure, okay. Anyway, this is just not working, and I think I wanted this, and I justified needing it or wanting it because I see all the really beautiful rings planners and inserts and all that kind of stuff. I see it all over Instagram and YouTube, and I love it, and I wanted it, and I was definitely like, I had been thinking about it for a long time. I think I've been thinking about doing this since June. June of 2022, and then it took me from June to November to actually purchase the thing. So I really thought about it a lot. Like it wasn't like a impulse buy. And then when I finally bought it, it just didn't end up working. And so I'm not mad at it. I don't regret it. It obviously wasn't an impulse buy. But I think it's just a lesson learned that I can appreciate like gorgeous planners and planning styles that other people have. And it still doesn't, I don't need to do it. I don't need to participate in it. I can just appreciate it from afar, and I don't need to like spend money and like try to learn how to print inserts and all that stuff. So it's too fiddly. It's also too like chunky for my purse. It fits in my purse just fine, but my other wallet is like, long and skinny, just like your typical wallet. And it fits so much nicer, like it takes up a different footprint in my purse, and so it works better for like the other pouches and things that I carry in my bag. And then this one, it was just too fiddly. It's just not, it's not for me, and that's okay. So this is going on the shelf. I am not gonna get rid of it because I don't know, maybe I will want it later. Maybe if I start working outside the home again one day, something like this will be more useful and functional for me. I might actually plan in it. I don't know. So this is going to go on my shelf too. And not using that anymore. For February, this is it. Honestly, there are no more planners on my desk. There will be notebooks. Since I'm not going to be using this anymore for like analog notes, I am going to put my Erin Condren petite planner, or it's a petite notebook. I'm going to put that back in my purse, and that's it. And then I have my journal. So my planner stack is back down to 1, and it was a good lesson in what I need and what I don't need. So I'm happy that I tried those things, and I'm happy that I have figured out that I really do only need the 1 planner. So anyhow, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for sticking around and watching the whole thing. I really do appreciate when you do that, and it makes me smile every time I see your comments. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, please consider subscribing. I post a video like this every month, and I post functional planning videos 3 times a week. So I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.